Mm. So what I'm looking at right here is we have this we have this institutional buy to sell that happened at 7:45 in the morning, liquidated a lot of positions that had been building up from end of New York session the day before and previously for about just a little over 2 weeks, and I liquidated all of these positions. So I would like to see a reversal out of there to get that exchange from buyers to sellers, take out these Tokyo lows. This is a probable exit zone right here, just because you've seen previous reversals at that spot. But I do believe we could come lower and mitigate this one, which also swept, you know, good good bit of liquidity, about a month's worth of liquidity, about buying pressure that's been forcing the market into that bullish reversal we've been seeing. So this is what I would like to see right there for 6C. And it does seem to be the most bearish one because all the other ones have already traded up and beyond that price action. This is it right here. Well, 7:45 in the morning. As you see, 60s already came up into it. Oh, good morning, Sarah. Good morning.
Morning. How are
I've
you?
been I've been dealing with a lot of stuff this week, so
Oh
it's
no. Good,
well. I
bad?
was also well. I also didn't come fully prepared into my fast like I wanted to, so it's hitting a little harder than I planned on it to hit. Um,
Oh.
Yeah, so that's been one of the main things. We pull back up. I don't know how much of that you saw,
I
but
just jumped on. You were on 6C, and then you clicked off it. But yeah, I've got an area marked up on 6C as well, actually.
yeah,
Oh,
I really like this
no,
area because
one second.
what I was just going through is this push up right here, swept. Let's see, what
Yeah, I
was
think I've got
it?
the same area.
Yeah, it swept like just over two
Hmm.
weeks. I think it was like 16 days worth of liquidity. And we're still way below that where, like
Hmm.
60 is already, that's actually where the Tokyo highs are, is that 7:45 candle right there, that push up.
Hmm.
6B, 6B's already traded well above it. It's this one right here. I feel like this one's already mitigated. Um, I'm not I'm not too certain on that, but this was one that I'm not really a fan of. Like this would be kind of like a really sketchy trade to take, just because you do have liquidity right above it. The only thing that I do like about it is that every time we have come up into that zone, we've just straight rejected out of it. But honestly, I don't
So,
like it. I don't like
question
what you
on
got.
6B and 6E and 6C. Do you treat them as correlating, or are you just looking at
Well,
them with?
I really treat all of them as correlating. So like we could kind of so like 6C right here, that's that push up. You see that push up where it comes up out of London Open right here, and then it pretty much just melts off, right? That'd be the same thing. So this right here is London Open. You see that giant push up, and then it melts off, right? You got the
Mhm.
same thing right here with London Open, pushes up. It's a little more choppy on the pound. So like,
Yeah.
and that's because you have your lagging pair, but you see that push up right there and then it melts off. 6C, pretty much kind of the same thing. It's just a lot more choppy. 6J does the same thing as well. Let's see, where's it at? That was 6. Yeah, so you got this pump up right here, and then it just melts off. 6J was just a lot more bearish.
Mhm.
They all pretty much follow that, and that's because right? So the real correlating pair is against the dollar, right? So this, you
Yeah.
see how they all had that giant push up, and then they all just kind of melted down. Well, that's
Yeah.
because the dollar melted first and then it pushed back up, right?
Mhm.
So, like for example, right? So this is just the last 15 minutes. We got the dollars clearing all of these Tokyo highs right here, right?
Mhm.
Everything else pushing towards Tokyo lows. This one's pushing just cleared Tokyo lows, about to clear Tokyo lows, pushing down towards Tokyo lows, pushing down towards Tokyo lows, pushing down. You see how they all have this giant
Yeah,
long black candle down to the
yeah.
downside. Literally, like I mean, I don't know, except crude oil. I've heard, and I haven't seen the data for myself, but I was talking to someone from Powerhouse, and they said that the dollar and the crude oil kind of move with each other, so it's more of like correlating. So when they move with, it's correlating pairs, right? So like all of these right here would be correlating pairs with themselves, with the DXY being divergence against the correlation. So if you use it in like the opposite, like the dollar and gold, it's divergence. When you use it in like the same, like you would with like the YM, NQ, and MES, that's
Mhm.
correlating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so basically you're anticipating kind of the same for I just wondered because obviously you've got like all of those pairs are against the dollar, so that makes sense. Like if the dollar's going up, then you would anticipate those to go down. But I just
Right.
wondered as much as obviously they're still all separate pairs. So yeah, I find 6C the best. I kind of try to trade like the best looking one out of all of them. So which one like as the clearer point of interest. So, like on 6C, for example,
Hmm.
it took all of the liquidity, like a bunch of 4 hour liquidity to the upside. Then it took all of the liquidity to the downside. So, yeah, I think I've got that same area marked out for a sell that you have. And yesterday, because it took
I was
the
I was really looking
downside,
at right there.
I did catch the buy from from the bottom as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was good.
Yeah, I've actually been. I don't know. I try not to trade when I have a lot of stuff going on because I'm more prone to like errors. That's
Yeah.
that's the best way to put it. Hmm. I do want to see what happens where the rest of them are at when this clears the lows. Because see, everything else is well below it. Tokyo's not, and 6C's not. I actually need to set an alert right there anyway.
I was thinking maybe NFP would give it a push
Well, so that's kind of what
in
I'm
a different
thinking is that
direction.
we get up into here and then sell down. Um, 6B just cleared the lows, but those aren't nowhere near. Hmm.
So 6C has just reacted from my area right now.
Well,
And then
where were you looking at? Because I was looking at right here. Like I was originally looking at this
2 minute
order
imbalance I
block
have.
right here, but
Yeah.
the main reason I didn't like it, right? The main reason I didn't like it was because of that New York high liquidity right there. And so
Yeah.
my thought process on this one would be like I feel like this one's the more probable entry just
Mhm.
because we could sweep that liquidity of New York high, fill the imbalance that was left from the open, from London session, mitigate out of that, and just play down into structure right here, sweeping
Yeah.
Tokyo lows where we've seen a lot of reversals happen in the past. You
So
know,
that area where it is right now, I marked out a 5 minute imbalance. I just love like trading imbalances. I find them like really accurate. So there's like a 5 minute imbalance that is
right
reacted
here.
from. Yeah. And then I was thinking maybe it would push down into the 1 hour imbalance below and then maybe continue up to that New York high. So from where it is now, it may be there's like a
And then
one
you're
hour.
talking about pushing down into right here.
Yeah, just for that, like if it pushed down into that 1 hour and then continued up to New York, that would look like.
Yeah, no, that's I figured we could see lower, but I just like the probability of the Tokyo low. No, like if it goes for it, that's great. Like I'm all excited for you. Just wish it would go a little bit higher. Hopefully you don't get stopped out.
I'm not in anything at the moment.
Oh, you
I'm
just had that zone marked up, you were
No,
saying.
yeah, that's just yeah, that's just because last night I don't know if it was last night for you, but last night for me during the end of New York, I bought it up from the point of interest below. So I bought CAD and then it traded up into that 5 minute imbalance this morning, which is now reacting from, but it's still within the 1 hour for me. But yeah, just notice that 1 hour imbalance that it might be heading down to.
I used to I used to trade imbalances a lot. I was trying to catch this right here. Man. So
Oh, I've been practicing my divergence that you and James have been teaching.
yeah, I saw that you had said something about that this morning. How's that going?
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. I saw it during the live yesterday. Obviously I didn't trade silver because it's just crazy, but yeah, I saw it like in real time and I understood it, which was great. And then I was literally just now watching the syndicate call from last night and I was on gold and silver again and found it again. So it's starting to make more sense to me, which is amazing. And I think it was really what you said about trading the lagger because that has got like less selling pressure or less buying pressure. That really made sense to me.
Well, that's what we're here for. I'm actually like I think we might actually get a shakeout on oil right here. We just cleared the New York highs, and
Yeah.
I'm really liking the shakeout right now just because one, we're like really, really high in the range,
Yeah.
right? We're like super, super high in the range. And I would like to see some of this inefficiency filled, like you got imbalance right here in between the Tokyo low and the New York low on the 1 hour. But I really think we could just see Tokyo lows taken out. Um, yeah, I'm, I'm liking this.
I've genuinely stayed away from oil since it's
But
like so bullish. I just in my head I'm like, why would I ever try to sell? It's like it's just not gonna go well
Well,
for
so the reason I would just like to see a rebalance, something like this, right? Like nothing crazy. And the only thing that would confirm is like I would like to see trading down below this New York high um for like 10 minutes. If we don't go down below it, then it's like a completely like scratch that ideal. It's just a possibility of a shakeout has presented itself, and if the market gives us more information, then we can possibly look at taking one. But
yeah.
um until then, there's no point. So I can set another alert, make see if we go, because we never come back below New York highs. There's really no point. But yeah, do you know why it's so bullish? You know why the price of oil is going up?
Something about some dude got killed in Iran and America stole the oil and something about
Nah,
America stole the oil. Now they've got all the oil, so China can't get their oil. I don't know. So
I don't know if we stole the oil. I don't know if we did that, but we've supply chains have been disrupted heavily. Supply chains have been heavily disrupted.
yeah.
So
Mike was explaining
we
it
did
from one of
get
the
back below that. What is it? 420. Come back, check. A couple minutes on that one. See, natural gas might actually be setting up for mitigate. I've been trading natural gas a lot lately. I've
I've
noticed.
never looked at natural gas in my life. Never heard of it, like, until you guys in Syndicate were talking about it. Or oil, actually. I only started trading oil because, yeah, everyone seemed to be on it.
You know,
And it's been pretty good. It's been really
I
good so
think I think,
maybe I should
there
look at
might
it.
be a solid shot at this. Hmm. I'm not so the only thing I don't like that it's in this gap, right? But the gaps in the market are large volumes of money that came in.
Mhm.
And especially like during the session break, that was basically like there's a candle that pushed the market up right there. And it seems to be holding structure well. It traded below for about 9 hours.
So that's the demand, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is the best way. This is how I see demand, right? This is how I see demand. So your last low, right? This last low, how's the best way to explain this, right? So like I was saying, right? Like I was saying the other day, right? When there's oh, I didn't realize my cap locks was on. My bad. Right. And then and it should I'll just put that up just so it's easy to see, right? Or just put that. Let's see, we got
My little gold alert.
actually no, no, no. I have that backwards. I have that backwards. Sorry, it is 4 in the morning for me, but I do have that one. I do have that one backwards up top. So oh wait, I wrote the same thing. My bad. Again,
It's alright. It's early for
I thought
you.
I was tripping real quick. I was tripping. This is what I meant, right? All right, so the best way I can explain it, right, is once price came up here, the people that were willing to buy and sell it there kind of like fell off, right? So that's why
Mm.
there's a low demand up there, but price is so high that there's a high supply, right? There's a high supply of the asset.
Mhm.
DXY just cleared some highs that I was looking at.
Gold is actually coming. Have you looked at gold?
Yeah, I had missed we get back to the lesson in a minute. I got alerts going off. I missed a sale right up here that I was
Yeah,
looking
I
for.
think I think yeah, I think up at those highs, that's where I was doing my divergence little lesson this
Mhm.
morning. That played out during Asian. Right now, I had a 15-minute candle marked out on gold that is approaching now. I think took liquidity to the left. And I was
You
thinking,
talking about
would
this
that be
one right
an
here?
area for a buy?
Talking about this
Yeah. On
I
the
I
mini
was
chart, it
I
looks
was
way cleaner.
looking at that. I was looking at this one.
Yeah. Yeah, on the mini chart, that liquidity to the left looks solid. And yeah, I was thinking maybe a buy from there.
Yeah, I was looking at this. I really wanted to see how we got down, like how we got down to
Mhm.
this area when I was looking at this cell right here. Uh,
Yeah.
and it is looking a lot more solid. Because when I first noticed it, all I had was just this ripping up to the upside. And so I was like, it really just depends on how we work our way back down.
So question,
I
now,
I would like to have seen it trade up here though.
yeah, it did trade out of a 5-minute imbalance though, quite nicely. Yeah. So as gold is coming down into that point of interest now, silver is moving down slower. So they're both still moving
Yeah, so
down.
that's actually why I just checked silver right there, right?
So
Um,
what happens there? What are you
so
looking?
what happens with this one, right? So like this would be like again back to why you want to trade the lagger.
Mhm,
If you're trying to enter into a buy in the metals market and gold is pushing down faster, let's say silver wants to mitigate that same zone, which looks
mhm.
like it's right. Let's see, what is that? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Yeah, it looks like it's right here. So you'd have this one right here. So the whole time silver is working its way down here, right? It could
Mhm.
be doing something like this before it finally comes down and mitigates. That means the whole time that's going pushing its way down, well, something else has to be pushing its way down too. And it could probably take New York lows while silver's still working its way down to right here.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
this one has less selling pressure because it's more bullish in the range versus
mhm.
gold that has more selling pressure. So this one will you'll get a mitigation right there, you'll get a reaction, but because of that selling pressure, it'll keep going down because
Yeah,
this one's still going down.
yeah, okay.
All right. All right. Was oil said I'm not stopping for nothing.
Oil's going to the moon.
Well, you got natural gas that's actually holding this zone pretty solidly, pretty solidly. You know, I kind of do like that. I kind of do like that. We have been bearish. Hmm. Nice and done. Every time we came up, we come straight back down. You know, Sarah, this is definitely one of those ones where it's like I'm on the fence, and I think because I'm on the fence, I should probably just sit it out because I think there's a reason I'm on the fence. Like, and
Yeah,
I
and
guess
it's moved up really quickly as well. So because
it
there
did
are
move up
targets
really really quick. You know, it moved
yeah,
up super quick, but I do like how it really is just holding structure. It's kind of rejecting every time it pushes up. You know,
yeah.
you've seen a lot of reversals. Every time we come up above these levels, it pushes right back down.
What does the higher time frame look like?
Well, the higher time frame's been pretty bearish, you know. We came up right here, we traded below right into this gap, then traded below it for a while.
Have a look at this. NGJ. NGJ.
But like I said, like because I'm kind of questioning it, you know, like I think because I'm questioning it, it's probably better to stay out. And it looks like just in the meantime, we've been bullish in the 1 hour range right here. So
For me, it looks like it is going to go for those highs. That would make
yeah.
sense because right above those highs, there's a 30-minute candle that looks super clean, and the 1 hour has been walking up. So yeah,
Right, that's what I was just saying, the 1 hour looks a little more bullish.
yeah.
And that's why I was saying, I was like, I'm on because I've seen them play out, but like I said, like, I'm too much on the fence about it, and
Mhm.
when you're on the fence about it like that, it's best to just stay out, mainly for, like, psychology reasons, right? Because, like, let's say you do enter a trade that like you're questioning, right? That you're not like 100% on, that you don't see like 90, at least 90% of your confirmations, right? Really 100% of your confirmations. But then the only reason I say 90 is like you do have like those 4-star setups that you take that are like not quite A1, but it's like A3. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then like, but let's say you take a loss on it, right? And then you're like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have take that, blase blase, and then you might end up like revenge trading something like that, you know. But
Yeah.
and that's not what we want. We don't want anything like that to happen. Hmm. I think this trade is going to end up being invalidated. Like if we sweep these Tokyo lows and kind of work our way down right here before working our way back up, then there's not really a reason to come back down. You know what I mean? Like it could still play out, but it goes from being, like a 4-star, 5-star quality setup to like a 3-star click and pray setup, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm really I'm willing to be patient for 60 just for that higher time frame that I've got marked out, that higher area that I've got marked out.
Which one do you got? Like up
The
here?
one No, the one that you've got on the to
Oh,
the
the
right.
one that I have right here?
Yeah, so like, and this is
Okay.
one of my things, like right now,
Well, patience
normally,
pays. Yeah, patience
yeah.
pays.
And I think that's something that I'm really learning. Instead of trying to jump into every trade, every smaller time frame move, I'm like, no, I need to be patient for the higher quality setup. So this is progress for
Right,
me.
right, right. Well,
Maybe
don't
it's helping that I'm on the call with you. I don't
the
know.
the reason the reason that I don't think that like let's say we do get like let's say we get a something like this where it trades down below and then it maybe even comes down into this zone and comes back up, right? The reason I say
Mhm,
that there's no point in at least for me, like within my rules, because a lot of those trading I do is structure based. So with this structure right here, you even see on the 1 hour, like the 1 hour has been moving really bullishly. And so for us
mhm.
to come down right here and then come back up, is less likely to catch that sell in the retracement. And so if we come back down right here, then I would prefer to look for buys until we
Yeah,
actually break below that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So and that's why I'm saying like if this trades down like into this zone right here and then reverses, then goes from being a 4-star setup now to like a 2 or 3 star setup that could play out, but it's just more risky, and there's not really a lot of point in like what's that thing Mike says? Exposing your capital like that. Like there's no point in exposing your capital like that or exposing your risk.
So on 6C, on the 4 hour, do you remember the other day I was saying to you, or it might have been James, I see like where we are right now, like all of that kind of consolidation,
Mhm.
like even just like zoom in a little bit more, even just like the latest
Right
consolidation
here.
at the low. Yeah. So this is where I'm trying to learn, like the area to the left, is that demand below the low? Because I feel like that consolidation is right on the low, like it's
This
not
one
clearly
right here.
all of it, that whole section, like
All of
compared to,
this.
yeah, so all of that is like right on the same level as that low to the
So
left.
okay, so yeah, so that's right. I was supposed to explain that. This is how I see demand, right? So I use the bodies, and if you notice, every time the bodies come down, we go right back up. Bodies come down,
Mhm,
right back up. Bodies come down, right back up. Even this really, really deep one right here, we came
mhm,
right back up. And there's no real like closing of the bodies above that. There's a lot of closing above the bodies on that. So that's telling me within this whole price range that there's nobody that's willing to actually buy and sell within the market below that price, right? And so that's why
mhm,
every time it comes down, price goes back up because what was I saying? Low high supply, low demand. So there's a lot of what's in the market, but nobody's really willing to buy it. So because there's low demand, they have to they have to, or no, because they're not willing to sell it, price goes back up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And because it's all above that low right there, then there's not really a lot of demand down there, and that would be the other reason. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm not really expecting it to get this low, but if we do get that low and it comes down there and it springs off, then there's absolutely no reason realistically for the market to go back down there. I mean, unless, let's see, we got sellers climax, automatic rally. I mean, a there might not even really be a reason to go down right now. Let me check an accumulation schematic real quick. What was that? MG? I think. I think that was that zone we were just looking at. Yeah, so I wouldn't it could play out, but well, silver's right along there too.
I was just gonna say that it's caught up now.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm. That
This is
is
good for learning though, so what do you do
That
now?
is that is interesting. So now, right now, so your eyes don't deceive you, right? So you go from the high to low. So this one's right there below 688, 618. You do the same thing with right here. They're really right at about both the same. And so this would really just come down to personal preference at that time. Like, because they're both at the same. Like,
Mhm.
I would be a lot more willing to, well, it looks like gold's the lagger now, right?
Well, I guess with silver
It
being
is,
at
it is, yeah.
harder to trade right now because of the price or the contracts or whatever,
Right.
I guess that's kind of like a confirmation that if they're on the same page, that it's okay to take gold if there's a setup there.
Yeah, no, I think, well, also silver is holding these levels below, like closer to the zone a lot better, and gold
Mhm.
is already kind of starting to push up. So right
Mhm.
now, silver's the more bearish one. Silver's leading the way with the bears, and the markets have flipped. I don't know if you ever watched like the New York session, but Mike talks about that all the time. How, like, at a moment's notice, the markets
Yeah.
can flip, just like right now, they've definitely flipped. So if we got down to like this level right here, I would actually be open to taking a position on gold now, just because where it was originally the more bearish one, it's holding up. But also, if we see, if we see this, what is that, 100, 200 right there? If we see it clear these highs above this candle right there and actually go up, then we've most likely already seen the mitigation, and that's another thing that would cancel out or disqualify this setup.
Okay.
Because where I see it as like a 4 star right now, just because there's very, very little demand anywhere below these price actions right here. Anytime we come down, we jump right back up. Anytime we come down, we jump right back up. I just like those deeper retracements I don't see anything wrong if anybody would have entered right there off of that zone. That's just not where I like to take entries closer to the liquidity, because I've seen stronger reversals at that point. And it's less likely for me to break even when I do that. So that's just the way I like to trade. But if we get down right there, I would definitely be willing to set a limit on that right there. But I just want to make sure that we don't mitigate that first. Mm. Wow.
Yeah, this is interesting watching it in real time. Like, the
Yeah, the
switch.
market they're moving pretty volatile today, but not not giving. I think the clearest setup that we've gotten so far is 6C and
Mhm.
the gold trade. Now that everything is pushing down like that, I do think we could see 6S work its way down into these areas right here. 6A still working its way down. Mm, this one's invalidated. Yeah. We've already got the mitigation right here during New York session. It just didn't didn't tag me in. I was like 3 pips off, but it's okay, you know. You can't win. You don't get them all.
Hey,
And
James.
I think I would have only came up
Hey, what's
right
going
there.
on, people?
Is
Oh,
that a Wild James? Has a Wild James entered the chat?
yeah, I forgot about this session. I was like, oh,
Can you make
it's
a
Friday.
photo of your watch list? Oh yeah, hey, I just seen this. Yeah, give me a so well, yeah, I got you right here, man. If you wanna take a photo, this is like my London, New York session right here. I'll give about 10 seconds, right? That should be long enough. Uh these are like the cryptos and stuff that I like to watch. Everything is pretty bloody right now. You know what? This actually is a nice time to check some defense sector stocks, which everything is still bloody. We'll get to that in just a second. Anyway, what's up, James? How you doing, man? Did you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
did you get that? Matt. I don't want to butcher your name like that. I'm just gonna call you Matt. All right.
what were you
Matt,
saying?
you're hilarious.
No, I was saying, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, just cruising. I'm back, so all good.
Yeah, I got my PC working, dude. I was having a heart attack that day because
Right.
I restarted my PC and like my screen, my display just like would not come on. I ended up like completely taking my PC apart, like reseating the GPU, reseating
Yeah,
both of the RAMs. I went and got like air duster and like sprayed out all the like dusted out all the components and stuff. And then it was
yeah.
like later on that night that my PC was like, "All right, I'll turn on now. You've put in enough work."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see. What do we
Have you gone over metals? Do you think we could see?
I missed a sell. I missed a sell on metals. Oh, hang on. I do wanna check out some stocks that I've been watching. Um,
James, were you looking at gold and silver?
let's
Yeah,
see.
I was looking at gold and silver for
This is
a potential.
20%. Ooh, that one's doing nicely. I don't know if y'all seen, but I made a post about a week or two ago about defense sector stocks. This was one of them. It's about 25% right now. Uh, Kratos Technologies, we're still working down to that buy zone that I like for them. Let's see, Lockheed Martin's just been ripping. This one's Raytheon Technologies. They've just been ripping.
Sorry
Mm.
to interrupt. On gold and silver now, they're both moving the same. So silver looks like it came more into like the last push. So would you be looking to buy
Yeah, I
silver
can
from
see.
here? Obviously, I
I can
can't
see.
buy silver, but yeah.
So you're
Yeah,
saying
I can see the zone you're looking at. It looks pretty
yeah,
good.
so silver was the one that came in last, but the thing that I'm not liking is this right here. So what is that? It's 190 points so far, just about. New candle starting in 8 seconds. It's possible that we have already gotten the mitigation right here on gold because that exchange from buyers to sellers, it doesn't always have to come down right here, right? it could happen right there where you first see, that initial push down right there where the banks sell off into the market before they enter into their buy. And I think with the way that both of them are moving, I think we've already seen the mitigation.
Yeah. But I mean, I do kind of like silver a little bit better than gold.
I
As
was
far as the
thinking the
buy,
same.
absolutely, yeah, and that's what we were talking about before you got on, because when we were originally looking at this ideal, gold was the most bearish one, right? And gold had been the most bearish one for a while. That's why I was looking at sales up here. We originally cleared New York highs right here, and I missed this shakeout. And I was looking at the shakeout was right here at the Tokyo high, and I missed that shakeout. I got on too late, and I was looking at sales right here because gold was the more bearish one. But right at about 440, right at about 440, silver just starts ripping to the downside, and gold's the lagger on the buy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
so I do like the structure of silver a lot better, especially just taking it up into like right here. So
Yeah, because yeah, it was pretty clean because when Mike called out a gold sell on the session today. He was like, once gold took the high, and he was looking for like to hold demand down the bottom, and then spike up into the zone, and to at least get it like a retracement into basically where we're looking for a buy right now.
uh-huh.
So
Yeah, I was
I
just
mean
listening to that this morning.
yeah, because
Yeah, I wasn't on this session today. I
yeah,
don't
because
think.
it was for Asian session. I had a silver buy. It was like more of a shakeout from on the 5 minute setup, yeah, where we had like where we closed below sweet
You
liquidity.
hang on. You said what pair?
It was for silver.
Okay, yeah. Okay. You said you had a shakeout you were looking at?
Well, it was this morning, like for morning for me, so like Asian session
So what would it have been like
for
up here?
no, it was for a buy. I can
Yeah. You can just share
like
your screen, man. We're doing this the hard way.
yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
was listening to that on the call with Mike, and then I went back to look at the chart and I saw that divergence again between gold and silver. It might be the
Yeah,
area you're talking about. And yeah, logged that in my little divergence folder.
nice. Well, was this up here, Sarah?
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, because that's what. Yeah. So like the thought process was this on the call was you know, I it was like to sweep this liquidity here, fill the imbalance, and then we're looking for it to hold demand down here, and then come back in, and it worked out kind of perfectly, because silver took the high, so like it goes back to what I was saying. Remember what we talked about yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, like so silver took the high and gold kind of stayed in the zone, and we were looking for it to at least come back and retrace into this, which
Yeah.
I got out just for a 1 to 2 because yeah, I just got out for a 1 to 2 because I've been on a bit of a losing streak, but
Dude, me too. Like, I don't know if it's the war or what, but it's either my alerts go off while I've been sleeping and I missed a trade, but it would have played out,
right,
or the markets, dude. Like, I feel like the market's Mike Tyson to me right now. Like, I've been getting bodied.
Oh, true. Yeah, because dude, I don't normally trade indices, and when was it? Yesterday or the day before? I marked up this. I was curious what you guys think about it. Not this one. That was after the fact. But I was like, oh, this looks like a pretty clean little shakeout on NAS on the 5th. Where was it? Here. You know, we sweep a bunch of liquidity, come down, sweep it again here. And then I was like, oh, look at this candle. Like, it looks like boom, sell volume comes in. And dude, it just missed me. But like, as I was playing off the body open, but if we played off the top, like it would have. Like, I don't know if that's just me being too greedy, but you know,
I'm like really partial to imbalances. So whenever I see like a candle like that, like it's higher confirmation for me if there's an imbalance above it, and I mark out the imbalance.
yeah,
So obviously it's great like to get a lower entry, but yeah, I just those imbalances and those 50% of imbalances, like even the whole imbalance there, like dragging it
it got
down to
filled.
the bottom, and then
Oh
that's like
yeah,
yeah. So like, and then is that like that's literally 50% that it comes to, and I
yeah,
see this so much.
yeah. Wow, 50% exactly, huh? Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. The institutions, they love the 50% level.
I'm
Crazy.
like obsessed with 50% of imbalances.
I can see why. Yeah, but yeah,
But
because
then, like you said, it coming down to that last candle is obviously you're getting a bigger discount and a better RR, so valid, you know.
well, yeah, it was just interesting because I was like, gosh, like if there's but they don't need to come down there. But I was just kind of playing it by ear because I was like, oh, I don't normally trade indices, so I was like, I'll just stick to, you know, my normal um way that I do things. But that's
Mm-hmm.
cool, you know. So what's yeah, because on silver I had this zone marked up from this morning, but like
That's
here,
nice.
like we sweep the liquidity, we held demand up here. I was looking to target like this liquidity, and I was like, okay, sweet, it looks like it's coming down to my zone, but it missed me. And then
You know,
I've been getting
I almost
You,
I almost want to market execute on gold just because of the divergence with the dollar right now. Like it's kind of looking sweet. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I've got entry marked out for like a little bit lower. Um,
Well, that's the
like
only so like
0.8.
that's what I'm on the fence about. Like I do like the limit, but I'm looking at everything, and both silver and gold are rejecting off that zone. And then this area that I'm looking at for the dollar's rejecting out of there as well. And there's a massive imbalance on the dollar that can be balanced and refilled. And every time we've come up into these price levels, the dollar's rejected out of pretty heavily. Like here, let me actually show you what I'm talking about. Right here.
James, I really like your area that you've got marked out on silver. Um,
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you.
All right,
yeah,
Yeah, because it looks
with
good,
that
right? Like
liquidity peak.
so
Yeah, and that's what I was
this
thinking
is
about
the
this now. Yeah, gold. Like,
right
be patient.
yeah,
right here.
I could say
No, not full screen. I need
I'm gonna take a little buy on gold right now. I think.
Yeah, I really like that zone because see, like right here, right? So this is the dollar, right? These are this is the zone we're looking at on gold right here. And you know what? I'll set a limit, but I do think we could see some reversal out of here. I can set a limit though, because I do like this. I'll go just over half R then. That's fine. But all right, so look, so this is the dollar, right? And this is gold, and this is what you can use for divergence as well, Sarah. So this push up right here, every time we come to this zone with the dollar, we pretty much reject off of it, reject off of it, reject off of it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we're already seeing this rejection happen right here at the same time that gold and silver are rejecting off of their zones, right? So the dollar's pushing down out of there, gold and silver pushing up right there. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm liking that divergence right there, and I think we could see. I don't think like it's even on the higher time frames. Like this is a 1 hour imbalance with this going on right here, like an imbalance on the buy and sell side for both sides. So I do think we could work our way at least down into right here, work our way down into there and seeing what we get after that. But I don't think it's unlikely that I don't think it's unlikely that we don't feel that imbalance. And so that's why it's like, that's kind of why, even though we may have already mitigated with this first push down. It may not have been enough for the mitigation, but it may have been enough for the mitigation. The divergence with the dollar is what's kind of like, I think there's a pretty good shot of seeing reversals out of right there still, you know.
Yeah.
But I just it would be nice if we can get tagged in. That's why I was thinking. I was like, I like the RR for it. It's just over 3R, but I don't think it would have been quite that with right there. I don't think it would have been quite that. Anyway, we can go on to. I think that's pretty much all for this morning, though. Not gonna Not gonna lie, because me and Sarah's pretty much gone through like all the majors and stuff.
Everything.
5 in the
Oh
morning.
yeah. Yeah, nice. That's
I'm
it.
learning a lot though, guys. Like divergence yesterday, I was marking it up. I posted it. I tagged you. I was so proud of myself. So
Yeah, oh yeah. No,
you're
that's good.
teaching me well. Thank you.
Well, that's why we do it, man. Because like we just want to help. Oh man, you playing with my heart.
What?
I'm gonna just market execute. I'm okay with that
On gold?
on gold. I'm
Now
okay,
gold is more bearish than silver.
but I can't trade silver. I can't trade silver.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the risk on gold, and I don't think it's even quite a full like I think it's more of a half risk because I can only do one contract right now, because of the size of the stop loss, which again
Mhm.
I'm okay with it being a half risk one because we may have already mitigated, but we're rejecting off that zone pretty well. Silver's rejecting off of it. That's a good reason for that to go off.
I
DXY is
do like
rejecting.
James's area though for silver. James, when you said that silver pushed up and then you had that lower area marked out, and I was thinking that the low that it mitigated previously might be swept now,
Yeah.
so it might be going down into
Oh,
that
the lower
15
zone.
minute.
I mean, it
Yeah,
could.
I don't know.
It just kind of depends. Like it might have already mitigated from,
And there's a
but
nice
I mean that would.
imbalance down there as well.
Yeah. Because I mean it looks like it's mitigating from that higher zone. Because the thing is, right, there's so much liquidity just above on silver. So like it might just want to spike into that zone and then come up for the liquidity on the 15.
Yeah, talking about you talking about the liquidity that's up there by the Tokyo highs.
Yeah, by
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I do think there's
Tokyo
like
highs, yeah.
really high probable chances of seeing reversals like out of this zone. Like I don't think that it's far out of this realm right now, you know?
Mhm.
Especially if we could kind of just squeeze where we are, and then with the news that's coming in just a few hours, you know, that might even be what takes us straight up into TP. You know,
That would be
I don't want
ideal.
to click and pray, but the divergence, the structure, and everything, I'm do liking it, and I think if we can get a really bullish push with silver, that's even more incentive for gold to come and like take Tokyo highs.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's been building up for a while
Right.
on both gold and silver. So yeah, we'll,
Gold came to my entry, but I haven't taken it yet.
Yeah, I did just because there was only one contract. I had another limit set to where it was like just in case it does end up coming down to that zone, I can actually take the full risk that I wanted to take. You know.
oh yeah. So did you
It's
get triggered
given
in?
Yeah, I did
me
get triggered in on my second contract. I did.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah,
So
gold's pushing up. Silver. Nah, man. I mean, I'm cool with. I mean, look, when we get off of this, you already know I'm probably going to go to bed for about another 2 or 3 hours. Really, like 3 hours. Try get like
yeah,
woke up before. What's that news? What's the news event today?
NFP.
NFP. Yeah, no, it's not NFP. It's a non-farm employment change. So it's unemployment rate, not NFP. Why is that NFP? I
Yeah.
I
thought
think that
NFP was
that's
non-farm
NFP.
payroll. I thought NFP was non-farm payroll.
I think.
Oh
Pretty
no,
sure
yeah,
that's.
I see right here. Also called non-farm payrolls, NFP employment change. It's just in the bottom. I thought the folder itself was called NFP though. That was my brain being a little retarded right there. Don't
Oh,
mind me.
yeah,
Don't
you're still
mind me.
sleep deprived. It's all good, man.
I really am, dude. Oh, dude. By the way, man. By the way, you know, I just want to give like a quick shout out to all the members, James, everybody that's been getting their payouts, that's been getting funded, you know, that's been put into work with the syndicate and just kind of like grinding through, you know, and fixing those internal problems that stop people from being bad traders. I just want to get that out.
Absolutely. I second that.
Well,
Yeah,
look,
And
dude.
dude.
I feel like it's really inspiring as well. Like there was a version of me a while ago that would have been like such a hater, and now I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. This is like pushing me to do the work, pushing me to actually get my shit together. I'm like every day is like new funded trader, new funded trader.
You know, I was thinking about something along those lines not long ago where it's like, man, it's like I'm not I'm not the greatest trader in the world. You know, like Mike says, I'm just some guy on the internet. But like I have enough confidence to where I can do it like on recorded sessions and stuff. And like
Yeah.
thinking back to like 6, 7, 8 months ago, I was like, dude, I don't think I would have been able to do this 6, 7, 8 months ago. I don't think I had the confidence, you know, or would have had the confidence to like be like, all right, yeah, like that's cool, guys. Yeah, like I'm entering this guy. Like I'm pulling the trigger. Like I'm fucking doing this. You know what I mean?
And
And
and that,
it's really a great feeling, having that confidence and like having honestly like having that knowledge in the back of your head where you're just like, I can do this,
Hmm.
but not that cocky confidence, but like just like I can
no,
do this well enough that I'm okay doing it recorded. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's just confidence in your system, man. Like that's it.
That's it.
Confidence
That's
in your
it.
and it, dude. Even I noticed, like after I get a few wins, like something I need to work on still. It's like after I get a few wins, like I get a little bit like like oh the setup's like you know not really there, but you take it anyway. You get a little
Yeah,
bit
that
cocky.
like, dude, that I've kind of feeling it's almost like win streak euphoria might be more dangerous than losing streak grind. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, like getting complacent.
Getting complacent, that's I feel like that's something that could be looked into, like, and I think it holds a lot of value, to like to kind of like dissect that. Like, why do you think the euphoria would be more dangerous than the actual like depression from the losing streak?
well, I feel like I mean, you know, I feel like it's more dangerous because you kind of neglect what made you profitable in the first place more. Whereas when you're losing, it's like, okay, I need to dial in, like what's my
I
system?
gotta put the blinders on. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
ooh,
that's
you're
what I do.
thinking, B-Lou, you're thinking. I
Well,
have
that's
you seen those? I don't know if you know who that is, but
Baloo.
that was
Nah, I don't know.
that was a little cameo. That's all that was.
Oh no, but I mean, if I had to hazard a guess, because I would think that that's what is happening because you're like,
I think I think you might be onto something. I think you're absolutely right because when you get into that euphoric state, like you said, especially with the seeing trades that aren't really there, that mirage effect, because you're riding those highs, it's those mirage effects, and it kind of goes into taking one trade into the next, like you're sitting there saying like, oh, I'm in this winning streak, it's never going to end. I can be out here Wild West gunslinging, just like, pew, 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 just like firing
yeah,
off. But that's not the way it is. That's like you said. That's how you start to neglect. It's like neglecting the oil change in your car. That'd be like neglecting one of your confirmations. You know, because you drive so far and then your engine blows up, or your engine being your account, because it's what gets you there.
yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. Yeah, like I mean, yeah, like it was interesting. Like I told
I
myself, like,
I do want to know, Sarah. Did you ever pull the trigger on this gold?
No.
Can I ask why? Like,
Because at the moment, I am. So you see, I like everyone, like what you were just talking about, like when you have that winning streak and like all these things that everyone always talks about in the syndicate. That's like
right?
not relevant to me at all because my whole thing, my biggest thing, is that I don't even follow my system. It's not funny at all. So,
but
so
why?
I
But what you got to think like, why is it like a confidence thing or like
yeah.
what's stopping? If you know it's profitable, like what?
Well, this was the thing. It was a lot of me avoiding, like I've realized I am like really really avoidant, and recently I did this in-depth review of my last 50 trades, and I saw my patterns so clearly, but there was no point in me even looking at a win rate for those 50 trades because it was non-existent, where I just do not follow my system. So my whole thing from like this realization that I've had is I need to follow my system. Like in my journal, it was something crazy. Like out of 50 trades, I followed my system like 27% of the time. And I could have had like 40 RR and I took like 3R or something crazy like that. So that really like hit me in the face, like, oh my God, you are avoiding looking at the right stuff. So now all I'm doing is following my specific system. Like that has taught me that I either do it or I don't. And there's no like compromise. There's no like justifying either not
Yeah,
taking my system or an adjustment that I make. Like I have to be disciplined. And I was saying to you yesterday, James, my entry system is when price gets to my point of interest, I then wait for my entry model.
Mm.
At the same
And
time,
it's pretty good. Like, I mean, I would
yeah,
say, that you, like, for the most part, like, you still trade like smart money. It's just like a slightly different entry model. Like,
Well,
it's
that's
still.
why. So that's one thing. That's one thing Mike tries to stress is like smart money isn't the mitigation model per se, right? Like smart money isn't the mitigation model is a pattern, right? The shakeout is a pattern. The inverse fair value gap trades is a pattern. You know what I mean? The
yeah. The
concept,
entry
the smart
model,
money
my entry
concept
models,
into
yeah.
it is what the narrative is on why that pattern was formed. Because they like the banks know smart money. They know that how we trade with them. They know what we look for because they know what they have to look for in order for them to get into positions. It's not
Yeah.
like we have this secret cheat code that the banks don't have. I mean, we have the formula
Smart
they use,
money is
cookies
trading where
basically,
smart.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
and so
they
that's why
need
you
liquidity
you
to
can't
generate
go off
orders.
of the pattern, but like the smart money concept itself is just reading what those candlesticks are doing and understanding the story that's unfolding.
Yeah,
Wow,
I
what
think
did
the
you make of the?
concept. Sorry.
Oh no, you're right. Oh, did you
I
guys
was
have
just gonna.
majors like? Sorry. No, go ahead, Sarah. I'm just like
Don't make me don't make me get a talking stick, all right? Like have it where you gotta raise your hand.
I was just gonna say the concepts are the same, like getting into the market where smart money does. It's just that my entry model is slightly different, where instead of that, and I wait for I think of it like I wait for a little extra confirmation, which is that tiny reaccumulation at the entry. So for example, with gold, now that is at my entry, if this gives a little push up and leaves it imbalance, that's my entry. And so that's
So you like kind of like almost like a head, almost like a shakeout kind of setup.
it's just that little extra reaccumulation on like the 1 or 3 minute, and that seems to work really well for me. And that's why I haven't entered gold yet, because obviously I'm really like being
oh
disciplined to
yeah,
stick to my system. So yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
you're just waiting for your exact entry model.
entry
That's
model,
all it is.
yeah.
No, that makes
yeah, because
sense.
she showed.
I was like, man, I was like, we were talking about this zone because we were both looking at it. That's how like when you said like, oh yeah, I'm looking at a buy on gold. I was like, yeah, right here. I was like, yeah, like that
Yeah,
one.
like
Yeah,
the
I'm
areas
looking
are
at
the
that one
same.
too.
Mhm. And that's what I was saying to you guys. Like, it's crazy to me how you just mark out an area and you're like, because of how you understand this is where smart money got in, this is where the liquidity is, you just enter the trade. Like that, my nerves would be shot if I did that because I haven't learned that information. And that's what I was saying to James yesterday about doing the fast track. That's what I want to learn. Like, I want to understand it so
Well,
that
honestly,
it's
like
not too different from mine, but then it's like added
I
confirmations
think
or added entry model.
I think my risk tolerance, which is kind of like it's a double edged sword, right? It's because sometimes I should definitely be more risk aware, but I think there's really no issue with like if I'm aggressive with a challenger and account, just because like I do have a pretty high risk tolerance. Even like in my like how I like just life like that I've experienced and stuff. And so would that be like how that kind of like got into my trading was like when I first started trading like 2.5, 3 years ago, give or take. What I never knew what a demo account was. Like I started learning how to trade and I immediately loaded like money into an account and started trading. So like I've always just been able to just like just take the trade. Like I never had a problem with hitting the button basically. So,
Yeah.
What were you going to say, James?
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, when you why is my screen doing that? Were you guys looking at buys on the majors?
there's a couple that I was looking at, We're I mean since we're still here, Let's see, there's
My trading view froze, but
let's see, not really at the zone that it's at, but like 6S. I do have a sale. Oh, I actually meant to post that guy. I do have a sale on 6S that I'm looking at. And I don't know a buy on 6S. And then I don't know if we'll get to the sale on 6C.
On 6C, there's a 15-minute imbalance within the last push down. That if that shows my entry model, I'll probably buy that up to the area we were talking about earlier, Mac. What were you looking at, James?
well, I don't know. Something's going on with my trading view. Oh, that's
Here, do you wanna share your screen and I can check it out?
I can't. I don't know what is happening. Something. It won't let me click on anything. I don't know why. Maybe if I move it over here. No.
Man, dude, I don't know, dude. I guess the virus my PC has is contagious because you're gonna restart your PC and you just get the black screen of death, man, like I did.
No, I moved something and now it's like
Let me
two
knock on
screens.
wood. I
Oh,
don't. I
use
don't wish that
stacks.
upon you. I don't wish that upon you. Let me
That's
knock on wood.
yeah. No doubt. Nah, it's all good. I just had a couple of buy setups on the majors, but I don't know. It won't let me click on
Yeah,
anything.
I was looking at like some buying areas, um, mainly like ones that presented some shakeout potential. 6J broke through the zone, so don't really like that one. 6S has a nice buying zone that I like,
Can you click on
and
anything like on your trading view or no? Like mine won't let me click on anything.
I'm on my
Any of it.
trading view. I'm on my trading view right now.
And it lets you click through stuff?
Yeah, my,
Like
my
the
trading
different
view
bit.
is fine. Like that's what I'm saying. That's an error on your end. Like
Can
I don't
you,
mean to say it like that, but yeah.
can you open it in another tab? Like open it again, your trading view,
Yeah, I
or
tried that
refresh it?
twice. I closed it down and then
Can you click on other stuff on your computer?
yeah, everything else works.
Or it's just trading view?
It just seems to be trading view. I don't let's have a look.
No, I'm technically
Oh,
fine. No.
my space bar was loaded up. Like it kept. Ah, there we go. Did it.
Come
My
on then,
space
let's
bar.
see
Oh no, no, well,
it. The joy.
no, like something was holding there. Rookie error. Well, because I was neglecting being on the charts for whatever reason. Share screen. But like on EU, like there's this liquidity here, and I just like came to the charts and saw that on 6B. I mean 6B like left liquidity, and then
Yeah,
AU
I do have
just missed,
those. I do have those zones, but
and
I'm
then
not
the
really
same here.
liking them. I'm not really liking them just because all of them like their wick is like New York lows, and
Oh, is it?
it's yeah.
Hmm. Oh yeah, New York low there.
Yeah, like look at GBP and like Euro. They're both New York lows.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
Or like they have New York lows. Like I'm not saying it's not going to work out, but I try not to take it when there's just too much obvious liquidity. But the one thing that I do like about all the majors, like 6N, so like 6N's already swept New York lows, 6A swept Tokyo, 6J
Mm.
swept Tokyo, swept New York. Um, 6S is just the most bullish one, like 6E made it to the zone first before anybody. As far as like that push that was yesterday around middle of New York, like the middle of New York, pretty much that low where that New York low is for like 6E and 6B.
Yeah.
So Euro's already down to that zone. 6B hasn't quite made it there. 6S is trading well above the range up there. And so it's like I just feel like if 6S was going to come down to that zone, then there'd be there's more reason for 6S to keep going down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel like I've seen it before where at least for like NFP, you kind of like it stays here, and then you kind of get like whatever it is just before NFP, you might get like a tiny spike up, and then it just explodes in one direction.
Yeah.
I'm always hesitant for on NFP day. Like I just don't.
Dude, you NFP day, you never know what'll happen. You never
You
know.
never know.
As long as honestly, I would be 100. I mean, I'm already 100% content with like my risk and everything. But like if there was just by some, grace of the markets and I got a decent reversal where it just break even before NFP. That's all you can really ask for. Just let me just be break even before NFP decides to do whatever it's going to do. That way, worst case scenario, I'm not at risk. You know what I mean?
That's not
I mean,
true because the
I
thing
feel
that
like you're
actually
always at
scares
risk with
me about
NFP.
NFP slippage, that
Yeah,
slippage is, oh my
I
God.
mean, well,
that's
I
what
guess
that's what I
that
was
I
just
guess
about
it
to
does
say.
depend on how fast you get tagged out. You are right about
Oh,
that.
I feel like you could still be break even on NFP, and it could just like come screaming through, and you still lose like
yeah. That's
two.
the worst when it like hits your break even and then like your account still carries on going down and you're like, okay.
Well, usually, like I think like with your prop firms and stuff, like I think Apex. There was one that I was looking at where it said like if it does have slippage or something. Well, not during news events. I don't think it counts during news events. I think it only counts for like server issues with the prop firm, not for news events. So scratch what I was saying. Anyway,
Mhm.
I'm going to bed.
Anyway,
You guys have held me hostage for an extra 20 to 25 minutes.
held you
Oh, we
hostage, man.
appreciate
I'm kidding.
Man,
I'm kidding.
it.
he loves it.
I do,
I
man. I
would.
do love it. This is like, dude, speaking of love and stuff, man, my wife and kids are flying out at the end of this
Oh
month.
yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Amazing. You got I didn't know you had kids.
I got two kids.
Amazing. How old are they?
One is a little baby, like 6 months old, and my son is like 5. But I'm gonna have them both at the end of this month, and then I'm gonna have my son like 2 weeks in the summer and stuff. But like my wife and my daughter, she's with her family in Arizona. We're kind of just like not trying to get personal, but like we're just taking a little bit of space. Um,
Mm.
and so she's with her family in Arizona and stuff. But I'm flying her out at the end of the month.
Oh, that'd be
Nice.
so nice. You get
Pretty
to see your
excited.
family.
Be pretty
Yeah,
excited.
that'd be
If my
good,
kid
man.
asks to watch Peppa Pig, I'm gonna be like, nah, you can watch Papa Pips though.
Papa Pips, yeah, exactly. You gotta learn something.
You gotta learn. You're gonna learn today, man. You're gonna learn
Yeah,
today.
that's
I would
it.
love to hear your son's accent if it's like yours. That would be so cute.
What you mean my accent? What are you talking about?
Not
Yeah,
today.
Do I got one
that
do I
it's
got one
funny.
of those like
Sarah,
generic
uh,
American accents
that
to you?
yeah, you do. It's funny that they never think they have an accent, but like you guys obviously think I have an accent, obviously. But it's like,
Yeah.
You guys never think I have an accent. Good eye, mate. Let me get a bottle of water. I don't look.
man,
Then you got the girl laughing.
That sounds more British than
I was
anything.
about to say the
I
girl
thought that was
laughing. They
British
don't even
too.
use teas. They don't even use teas in their bottles. They're like, let me get a bottle of water. Like
Yeah,
what
that's
is a bottle of
British.
water?
That's British, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know what a bottle. Look, I was watching this reel this one time, and it was like
Mhm.
it said when you think you know English, so you talk to a random guy in the English countryside, and he's all like.
It's true.
Oh
He
It's
turns
yeah,
to
true.
him and he looks at him.
it's
He's like, what did he say? He's like, it's only quite hours. I'm just walking in. You know, like just the way like they talk like from like Wales and Scotland and stuff like with the real thick accents. And he's like
yeah.
turns to the
Scotland.
third guy. He's
Yeah.
like, I still don't know what he said. What did he say? He's like, oh, he said an edge is an edge. I only cut it down because it's blocking the view. You know,
No, that's
like all you
true.
hear is
Even
like,
I struggle with the Scottish accent.
That's it. That's it.
Oh, I love that we're a mix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, dude, it's great. I do, I like. I'm not gonna lie. I do think that it is just in the words of a Brit, bloody hilarious that an American hosts London edition.
Yeah.
An
Bloody
American and
Yeah,
an
hilarious.
Sarah,
Aussie, like,
you should be hosting. You should be hosting London session.
oh, dude, y'all have me
Maybe
rolling
one
and laughing.
day, who knows?
You know, I actually, you know, it is Friday. Y'all got me rolling and laughing. Like y'all got me laughing so
Man,
much that the back of
that's
like these muscles in the back of your head are like mine are like cramping up from laughing so much.
You need to go and relax and get some sleep.
Nah,
yeah, I
man, it's
know.
Friday. I'm kicking it with the guys right now, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude, that's it. That's it.
I
Let's
think we're going
see.
to have a Zoom later for New York as well. James, you're going to be on for NFP?
Yeah. I mean, I could be.
What time
I'm cut.
is NFP for you?
It is in
Oh,
3 hours exactly. If that
well,
helps.
it's at like 11:30 p.m. for me.
Oh,
So
okay.
I could stay up for it. But it's kind of good because
Look,
like
you see him
daylight's.
rubbing his shoulder. He's like, yes. I guess I can do that.
Yeah, I know. Nah, but yeah, I was like, I mean, maybe. Depends how this gold trade plays out, you know.
You
But
know, man, I think
Just shopping about.
I
yeah,
think the gold trade is going to work out pretty well, man.
I think it might as well, you know.
yeah. I mean, it looks like
Well, it's like I'm looking at it on the
consolidating.
1 minute, right? I'm looking at it on the 1 minute, and
Mhm.
we're not really making any lows. You know, we're kind of consolidating in a range right now. I think
Yeah,
I think we're chilling, you know, like I think I can actually just go to bed, you know.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's also I didn't even realize
well.
James had it pulled up. I've had my charts up this whole time. I was kind of checking on natural gas and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think we did get a shakeout on natural gas. I think we did.
I
Mm,
forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I was saying something before, and I forgot.
that Aussie brain, man.
I know. No, it was like, oh, how's it going, mate? And, you know, it's like, man, I feel like when I first started talking to Machiavelli, like he didn't fully understand me. He was like, "Oh, what
Dude,
is that? What is
yeah,
that,
dude,
man?"
I
He was
definitely.
like, "Oh, what does that mean?" I was like, "Mate, I'm speaking English, bro."
I love an Aussie accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Like, oh,
man.
what's going on, mate?
Yeah,
You know, like,
but then again, I feel like it was kind of the same way with you because I sit there, I'm like, yeah, it's like, yeah, we ought to go out here fishing, so. And it's just like, the fuck you just like, I have to actually enunciate my words.
wait. Well, I feel like Sarah should know the details. I feel like the first couple of times I spoke to Machiavelli, he was intoxicated, so that was more why I couldn't understand it. See, I don't think. See, I feel like it had nothing to do with your accent, dude.
Oh
Except
man.
why.
Well, I'm glad Sarah doesn't know that feeling. No, it would be wild to like wake up at 3 in the morning, start slamming shots of tequila, and then get on the markets. Like that is living on the edge right there.
I would be really concerned if you did that, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
honestly, I think there would be a lot of people in my life that would be concerned if that's how I lived my life, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
What a session.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. Like, I don't mind ones like because it's Friday. That's why I was saying I was like, dude, it's Friday, man. Like, the week's ended. This is the last London session of the week. Going forward into next week, we are going to be doing them every day. I just got to get used to that schedule. Got to get used to that. That's going to be fun.
So you do want to do them every day?
I do want to do them every day, and like that's what I'm saying. Like, if Fridays end up being a little bit longer, where we just kind of like bullshit at the end, then you know what? It's whatever, bro. It's been a long week for everybody. We're here. We've
Yeah,
been
I'll jump on
we've
as much
been
as I
we've been
can.
fucking fighting in the trenches all fucking
Mhm.
week.
Yeah, and it was good. Like I like it because it was like I forgot about it, and like sometimes when you buy it, like I wouldn't even have looked at the charts and realized I would have gotten an alarm, but I was just chill. Like it's a form of you know getting to the charts and like actually looking at them.
Yeah, exactly. And like I've noticed, man, like I seem to just trade better for London session. I don't know why. Those trades seem to play out a lot more than when I take
Mate,
someone else's trade for some reason.
it's because you
It's
trade,
like
mate. It's because
it's like, dude,
you're
it's like,
trading with me
the
and Sarah.
craziest thing, right? It's like
Yeah.
the craziest thing. Like
Mm.
the days I'm not on London session, right? The days I'm not on New York session. You'll see in the chats like, oh, all these wins on New York session. So I'm like, you know what? Like let me try it again. And I'll see a trade and I'm like, that's a solid trade right there. But for some reason the probabilities is just like in the 70% losing probability side. It's not on the 30% win side.
What
It
do you?
just
Oh,
seems like
you mean
that.
just like for New York session?
Yeah, for New York session. That's what I'm saying. It's like that like because me and Mike like I trade a mitigation setup and I occasionally take shakeout setups and like a lot of how I trade, I try to because it obviously works for Mike, so I try to implement that into my trading as well and like do that, and so like
Mhm.
whenever a lot of the times when he calls out a setup on the session, like I can see what he's talking about. I'm like, yeah, like I see that right there. I can see that that's a mitigation. I can see that that's a
Yeah.
shakeout. I can see why it's being took, right? And
Mm.
it just seems to be that whenever I do take those trades, because it's what like most people on average want to be a 30% accurate trader. It's just
Yeah.
like I'm always on the losing probability side, like I'm not saying it's like a bad trade or anything. It's just I always tend to be like on the losing probability side. So it's
But
just
are
like
you really always on the losing side, or is that just what is more obvious because your brain is going to focus on the
it's
negative?
no,
That's
I'm definitely taking wins off of New York session. I was like, I just think it's funny. I was just like, man, I was like, that's kind of how my week's been like all week.
Hmm. Yeah, it's hard for sure when you're on like a little streak of something and like to
Mhm.
stay focused on just doing the same thing over and over. Like, yeah.
You know
I
what I
remember
kind of
Joe
had to.
saying that, yeah.
Yeah, what were you saying?
I remember Joe saying about how he just was like in January taking like on a losing streak and he just stayed super disciplined. And to me, that was just like, wow. I think he had like 12 losses in a row and just didn't deviate from his system. And I was like, that is goals. Because
It's
in
going.
my head, I just couldn't imagine do I take one loss and I'm like tilting for the rest of the day. No, that was the old me, but that's what I used to do.
And trust, like, I feel like, when I got like when I got my payout, like I had the account for like 2 months, and it was just like win, like loss, like break even this whole time for forever, and then it was just like, but it was like just like staying like disciplined, and so it's like the system like works if you give it time and don't
Yeah.
become
Works if
emotional.
you get it
That's
time.
like the worst. To me, it's like the worst thing is like when you take a loss and it's because of outside circumstances. Like it wasn't your best effort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what I'm, trying not to. Because I had some stuff, kind of come up recently
Oh, hey
that
guys.
that I had to deal with. So
Michael, James
it
is
inter.
deeply sharing right now.
I know, and he interrupts me. Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm so
Nah,
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Michael knows. He
Look, I
knows
am
already.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just it just like I was sitting there thinking, and then for some reason I was like, man, time changes on Sunday.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Does
So
it?
London session will be an
It's
hour
on
earlier.
Sunday. Yeah, it's on the 8th.
Oh, that's so annoying. We're like 2 weeks later, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks. We're like
Well,
end of July.
I'm kind of thinking, right? And like since I was going to see how y'all would feel about it, how would it work for y'all two if we did the session like actually at London Open, which is 3 a.m. for me, so like an hour earlier? Like how would that work for like you, James?
Well, I mean, to be
Well, because
honest,
is it early or is it late for you right now?
it's late now. It's like 9:30. But like when it comes to, because for in Australia it's a 2 hour time difference. So like we move our clocks back or forward an hour for our daylight savings, and then when you guys have your daylight savings as well, it moves another hour. So it's like a 2 hour time difference.
Oh
No,
yeah.
no, no. We move because on Sunday we're moving our clock back, right? That's what you're doing, right? Like we're going back an hour.
No, we go
No,
forward
you're
an
going
hour.
forward. You're
Oh
going
Yeah,
yeah,
we go
forward on
it's
forward.
spring forward and reset for
fall back.
fall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spring
So like
forward,
so
fall back.
we move. It's forward an hour. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
so we're
actually.
all moving an hour collectively, so it's not going to be a 2 hour difference. We're still going to be. It's
But
still.
it's different times.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
different times.
The
Yeah.
whole world is just shifting an hour.
Daylight
No, but
savings
yeah,
is such
I
bullshit,
Except
know.
man. Like,
Arizona,
who
because
invented
I'm not
it?
except Arizona because the state of Arizona does not have daylight savings.
Just that
Yeah,
one
but I don't.
state.
Just that one state.
That's like Queensland in Australia. Like Queensland doesn't have
That
daylight
makes
Yeah,
savings.
but
sense.
So
Arizona is also like a straight desert, and it reaches like 112 degrees by like 11 o'clock in the morning in the summer there. So if they had daylight savings where the day was longer, because like even without daylight savings, their day in the summer, like when I was living in Arizona, is from like 5 in the morning until like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
kind
Because I
of what
mean
it's
it.
like here in the summer.
Huh?
That's kind of what it's like here in the summer. Like the light is get a lot more light. But whatever time you guys decide, I do work normally. This week my
Well, the
manager was on
main like
site, so I've been able to jump on. But
yeah,
yeah, normally I'll be at work. But whatever, if you're doing them every day as well, whatever times you decide, I will make sure that like I'm up and on, and I'm also going to be more prepared in the mornings and get dressed so that I can actually put my camera on.
Yeah, no, you're fine on that. But like I was really like I mainly want to get like James' opinion on it because I want to make sure that we can both be on it those times. And then like the other
Yeah.
reason is I've noticed that there's like a lot of setups that play out right around like 3:30 in the morning, you know?
Right when London
Yeah.
opens.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
London
yeah.
Open,
And so like it would just be like it would kind of like what we're doing now with it being like an hour later, it's kind of like being on New York session an hour after it starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
find a lot with currencies as well. There's a lot of like there'll be a setup right before London Open, and then London will open, and it will play out of that.
Mhm.
Like that,
It's
yeah.
just been set up. But yeah, whatever works best for you, James.
Yeah, I mean, it was like obviously I would like to do it. Like it would be good, when I can do it. But yeah, it's with like the time, like if like because London Open would be at 5 with after daylight savings, it would be at 5 p.m. And like when I'm working, that's like when I finish work. So that wouldn't really work. But I mean, maybe we could do like a couple
Well, so like
start at
what is
London session and
so
then a
like
couple like later.
that's what I was saying. Like I would still like to end at like 5 o'clock because like the real like London Open window is like 3 a.m. to like 5 a.m. right? And so like
Mm.
if your time worked better for you, then like on the days that you got on, like we could just have like a longer session or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that works. Like, yeah, like start it. Like if you wanted to start at London Open, and then I could maybe jump on, depending with work, like half an hour later or whatever. Just
Yeah, yeah, no,
just
like
depending.
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with that. If you're cool with that.
And you can always do a
Yeah,
little like trial, see how it works out for you.
I was
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
like, if it doesn't, and if there's conflicting schedules, it'll just be like, hey, we're going back to this.
yeah. 'Cause I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I did kind of like the hour after London Open, just because it fitted my time better, not because there was like for setups wise. Obviously, London Open would be better. You know
Right?
what I
No, no,
mean?
no. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you like because of your work schedule, because like I don't work at 2 or 3 in the morning. All I have to do for this is just wake up a little bit earlier and then go about my
Mm.
day. You know what I mean? Versus you, where you're actually like getting home and stuff. And so it's easier for me to set aside that time to be on at the open. And that's what I was saying. Like,
Yeah,
I can just get on and you can just hop on whenever you got time for it, and we can go up anything over anything you're looking at and stuff. You know?
yeah,
Well, for
yeah.
the
I
next
mean,
few
that
weeks is
works.
going to be an hour later for you anyway, Michael, because your clocks are changing, ours don't. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
hour, but it should be fine.
hopefully the whole world changes around that time. Are you sure your time thing is in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's at the end of the month.
So if
Yeah,
I'm
well,
hang on. So if I'm springing forward an hour,
Then it will.
I get to sleep in for an extra hour because that means the London Open would be an hour back, hour ahead,
now back. Yeah.
hour back.
Yeah, I feel like this time of the world is so confusing.
It really is. Like
Very
I really
confusing.
Like
feel like
time
there's no
zone.
need for daylight savings. Like I feel like the whole world could just do away with
It's
it.
so
And
unnecessary.
it's
So
crazy because like we don't need daylight savings here. It gets dark at like 10 p.m. anyway.
yeah,
It's
you
like
know why daylight savings was created? Little rabbit hole right here.
I don't have like an hour spare.
No. This one's gonna be like 10 minutes. Right?
I'm sorry.
Work,
I just
mass production work. It was created for mass production work, right?
yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
No,
Oh
because
yeah.
you to work in the daylight hours, right? For the industrial revolution. You
I
know?
just feel like everything they've done in this world for like power and greed and just all these men that just make up these ridiculous rules, they don't really think it through because it doesn't even make sense. Like, if it wasn't for markets and the timing of the markets, time would be so irrelevant to me. Like, it's only because there is a London, because time's not really real, right? Like, we just
It's really
basically
not.
But
stuff.
time
It's
is
really not.
a social construct anyway.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah.
not
So
actually
Time
real.
doesn't
when you
really.
start, getting into things like quantum theory and string theory and stuff like that,
Real.
time is a mental construct, right? And
Absolutely.
the space-time continuum itself, nothing is really real, right? Like nothing, if you can't physically see it, technically it's in your imagination. It doesn't really real. It doesn't really
Yeah.
exist, right? Um, and that's how all of these different timelines and everything is. And that's where like the string theory comes on, because every choice creates another timeline. But in like the dimensions of the powers that be, like time doesn't exist. That's why they say God is like omnipotent, right? Like all knowing for past, present, and future, because past, present, future exist within a singularity in like the fourth and fifth dimension, right? And
Yeah,
there's
because you can't
no
actually go to
concept
any
of
of them. Like, they're just in your mind. And time is the only
time.
thing that gives, like, space is only there because of time. If there's no time, everything's now, which it is anyway. So
It
it's
is
all
now,
bullshit.
yeah.
We
If
do need to
Yeah.
if
fix
you're
it
if
because
you're
London
stressed
and
out about a
COVID.
memory, or if you're stressed out about an expectation, like anything that's not right now is your imagination.
Yeah.
Like if you're worried about a job interview, you're worried about your imagination. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
you guys know about the double split experiment?
The double
Yeah.
split experiment.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah,
that?
or like
About how it's
particles yeah.
like a particle goes through like these two like blocks of like light,
Uh
and
huh.
like when they're not observed, they like go through and hit the same spot. But when they're being like observed under like a microscope, then they split out. So it's almost like like the watched particle knows it's being watched, so it splits into like different like lots of light. And then when they turn it off, it goes back to just, and it's going through the same area, and it's just like when
Yeah,
it's not being
exactly.
watched. Yeah.
Exactly. Because that phenomenon of the light splitting only exists in the conscious mind. You know what I mean?
And that's the first rule of
Yeah.
Hermetic philosophy, right? Everything is mental. So
Everything is mental.
everything
Oh
in the
man. What
entire
a
universe.
what do you
You got
what
a
do you
dog.
know?
You
What
got
do
a
you know
dog.
about
Oh,
hermetic
I thought you were getting your dog.
He's like, what
Dude,
is
nah,
Yeah.
dude,
this?
you would love my library if that's what you're on, man. Like
I'm
I
so into that stuff. This needs to be a conversation for another time.
it
But
does, it
yeah,
does, it
I could
does.
talk about
Yeah.
Yeah,
this all
yeah.
day. I love this shit.
It's so interesting. Like,
Yeah.
talking about like just quantum physics,
Well,
everything.
the world is a vibration, man. Everything is like, and like I said, nothing is really tangible and concrete, and everything is ever changing within like the pendulum of life. And so you got to just keep that shit pushing, man. Got to keep it
Yeah.
trucking.
Yeah.
Then
And I think that's
James is like, what the fuck did this hippie just say?
Nah, dude, I know about this shit, dude. I know.
it's interesting to talk about, but it's super interesting to actually like go in depth and like even how it relates to trading, for example. Like one of the most useful things that I found is over and over and over on these syndicate calls is the repetition of like getting different perspectives. And now,
Yeah.
even when I'm going through something, I'm aware that that's my perspective. If I'm stuck with something, like I'm not so quick to need to know how to fix it. I'm just like, no, it's a perspective. Like I know there's a different perspective, even if I don't know what that is yet. So it's almost
Yeah.
like it just gives you that confidence that knowing that that is how it works, and everything is literally your perception. Everything is mental.
Well, I was
That's
thinking
it.
about that the other day with like, even just relation to like, like money. Like
Mm,
someone's perspective of just money, right? Like,
mm,
and I feel like that's like the most important thing when it comes to not like the money aspect of trading, but like, you know, your ability to like detach and just
Yeah.
because like you could be the best trader in the world and have, let's say, a hypothetical 100% win rate, but if you've only got $100, you're not going to do much, are you?
Yeah.
So that's why it's like,
I mean, unless you're out there firing like a machine gun with that $100, like
yeah, but you know what I mean. But it's like how
5
you,
contracts on NASDAQ, account liquidation. Let's go.
yeah, because
50
like,
contracts on silver.
boom, yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know, like, so I kind of was just thinking, like, what once you have like, it's like how you view money. Like, if $1 million is like nothing to you, then you're gonna trade it differently to someone that's like holds it to a higher
Yeah.
standard. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I was,
and that's what I want to get to. Like,
dude. That's like that's a different level. Having like $1 million trading account.
yeah,
But it's only a different level relative to what your current belief is,
Right,
and your
relative
current
to my
belief
current
is
exactly,
belief.
not even on the,
That's
Exactly.
true.
yeah,
It's only
Some people are
relative
out
to
there
my
trading
current belief.
millions,
Huh?
and it's nothing. But
it's
that's the
nothing.
important
I'm just
thing.
Exactly.
saying, like
It's not that you can't
the
trade a million.
ideal. If I ever like because think about it, right? In order for a live trading account to get to $1 million, you have to pretty much trade it and put money into it, and then treat that money like it's non-existent, like not withdraw it unless like you really just have to. And the day that you actually just look at your account and you're like, oh shit, oh shit, I like that has to be an amazing feeling for people that reach that level.
But yeah, and that's the thing. But it's all just like it's just numbers at the end of the day.
That's
It's
all it
not
is.
Just
even real.
It's
numbers.
just numbers
It's
on a
not even
screen. It's
real.
just Wi-Fi money.
It's
That's
not
all it
even
is.
real. Yeah, exactly.
It's numbers on a screen, and this whole game is literally our perceptions, our beliefs that we've learned that we didn't even choose. And the point is not to make like trade and have millions in accounts. The point is, for me anyway, question your
Yeah.
beliefs, like question how you got to that, because everything's relative, right? So Mike is sitting there trading millions in capital, and he's disciplined, he's doing the same thing, like there's things in his mindset that aren't even a question to him, like he can lose and then he's just right back into the next trade. So when
Yeah,
you
because he's
see that and I realize I'm not doing that, or I need to work on that, that is the root of that is the beliefs I hold about what money means to me, what trading means to me. They're all just beliefs, which are my perceptions, and I never questioned them before coming into the syndicate. So now I'm looking at them and questioning them, and they're not even like, yeah, they've run my whole life, but it can be like quite depressing to think, wow, I've lived my whole life and not questioned this stuff. But then also the empowering thing is knowing, okay, that is within my control. If I think this certain way about what trading a million means, then that means I can change the way I think about it, because all I need is that perception, that shift in perception. And when you can do that with different things and smaller things that you perceive to be smaller, then that builds a belief, okay, I can do this with things like money, things like trading, things like being disciplined. So it's like that, and that's the whole point of the journey, right? Like you're discovering that actually you hold the power, because you do create your life, because you're the one that thinks thoughts. Oh,
yeah, and yeah, and just like one last thing, because I know it's getting a bit late, but like I feel like, does anyone else feel like trading is like kind of different now? Like there's been like a little bit more of like an unlock to what is actually possible, and
yeah,
how they were trading before, let's say the syndicate. Like
yeah,
I was, whatever, like just trading, doing this, break even. But now, like, I feel like awareness is the biggest thing. Being aware of everything, like whether it be, like your emotions, trading when you're placing a bet, like just everything in a nutshell. And I feel like that is more scalable now
yeah.
because you're aware of your, like you said, beliefs,
Yeah.
and so it's interesting for sure.
And I love that we talk about this stuff as well, because it's not like Mike always speaks about what you need to like unlearn or what you need to take away instead of what you need to add.
Uh-huh.
And that really makes sense to me. Like all of these beliefs that I'm now becoming aware of, that they're not true. Like they don't need to stay. So it's taking those away instead of thinking like, what do I need to do to get this or achieve that? Sometimes it's just literally the change in identity, which is the whole of phase one, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I've
and
also
operating within that identity, so that and making that identity a habit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
don't know.
the repetition. Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah, being like this. Yeah, it's so interesting because I feel like I'm slightly like different in the sense that you know how a lot of like society they as a whole it's very like materialistic. Like everyone wants like the
Mm-hmm.
car, this, that. It's like I don't know. I'm more like I just want like experiences. Go out
Yeah.
and travel more, experience this like that. Like I
Dude,
don't really care
honestly,
about like
man,
luxury or anything like
honestly,
that.
dude,
You know what I
I
mean?
just
Like
this is like the peak life to me is a nice cabin in somewhere in the mountains, like the Oregon mountains, with a good chunk of land, some dogs. I want it to be like an hour into town. I don't want any neighbors. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to hear nobody. A room full of guns. My kids homeschooled. So that they don't get brainwashed by the government and stuff. And just I trade in my little mountain hole off in the woods. You know what I mean?
I don't
yeah,
think it's
That,
really that like I think there's a lot of like-minded people when you're in this space because of the things that you learn, like even from learning
yeah,
how money works and all of that kind of stuff, you go deep into some things and you just realize this entire world that we live in is nothing like everything we've been taught.
no,
yeah,
So you
just
exactly.
don't want this
it's
stuff.
just a playpen. Look,
Yeah.
this is what I've come to realize. Right, the world currently, right now, is a resort for satanic pedophiles, and we're
Yeah.
the staff. We are
Yeah.
the staff. You know.
Yeah,
Let's
like
not get into
yeah.
this. So I feel like we'll be on here all day. Let's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
get
yeah.
into
We will be on here all day. We will be.
yeah,
All right,
like
look. Y'all
these
have held me
Epstein files
hostage
just
for an
going on
hour
and
now.
people are
Y'all
talking
know,
about
no.
it. And I'm
y'all,
just
y'all
like,
know I like to talk, man. Y'all know I
you
like to
really
talk.
think that's like just one thing out of that? This is literally the world we live in. You just don't want to face it. Or it's a conspiracy theory because it sounds so crazy. And that's the exact reason why it's not.
Well, actually,
Exactly.
the
Dude, you
word
know why it's called a
conspiracy theory.
conspiracy
So,
theory?
like,
It-
yeah, the
yeah.
CIA invented that term when they were doing MK Ultra and like
That
experimenting
was
on
so
American.
smart though, because they did like, yeah, they're
Yeah, it's
fucked up,
called
but
it's called
they are
controlled
smart.
opposition. It's called
Hmm.
controlled opposition. If you
Hmm.
control the narrative, if you control the story, if you control the enemy, then
Hmm.
you can create the outcome that you want all along. It's like playing chess. But yeah, the CIA created the word conspiracy theory so that when people talked about how they were experimenting on American citizens for MK Ultra, which was like the whole mind control thing, they were like, nah, that's a conspiracy theory, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy, but it's so it's kind of isolating because you kind of discover this stuff and you're willing to kind of face it, and then you realize that most
Yeah,
people in your
dude, like
Most
you
people don't like,
kind
and
of
you
just
tell
know.
people, and you
yeah,
tell people,
I
and you're
I'm
saying
not
like you're
gonna
the
I'm
crazy
not
one.
gonna go. I'm not. I'm not. I gotta be careful what I say because this is a recorded one. I
Let's
have
continue this
I
in a
have a
different
very
another time.
I have a very very avid interest in World War II history. All right, you know that's the bet. That's honestly the nicest way I can say that. You know,
Funded by both sides.
now it's no well, it's controlled opposition at its finest.
Everything's controlled and calculated,
You know,
and yeah,
Well,
we definitely need
everything.
to
Like
talk about
it's
this more, guys, but just not
mm,
on London session.
oh guys, I do want to say like I don't know if any of y'all entered, but I think it's like 3/4 R, half R right now on gold.
In gold is
nice. Yeah,
playing out. I didn't get
yeah. I'm
in.
up.
Yeah, I know, dude. There was actually this like way lower entry that I was thinking that I would like if I would have held my original entry, you know, right there at that imbalance that I was looking at, man, it would I would already be up a 1R, but it's all good, you know. I only
That was
need
nice
I
though.
only need like a 3R right now, and I hit my profit target for the day. So
Nice. Very
This one's
do
about
it.
to go in the
I'm going to
back
bed. It's 6
section.
o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna get like a nap before NFP. Maybe not. Probably it's probably actually. I feel like if I go to sleep right now, I'm not really gonna wake up for it. So
Set your alarm. We'll see you on
ask
the.
James how well that works sometimes.
Oh man, yeah. He just sleeps in. He just doesn't. It's
Hey, there's
pointless.
a dog.
Hey.
Yeah, have you met Kratos? Have you met Kratos?
No, I love dogs. Bring him over.
Come here, buddy. Come here. Get over here. Get over here. This
Hey,
Kratos.
buddy. Oh, oh, he's so cute.
What is he?
Shepherd.
Shepherd. Oh yeah, nice.
He's mixed with something. I'm not 100% what it is, but he kind of has like Malinois tendencies, but he kind of has like goofball Labrador tendencies as well.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Cool.
he's lovely.
Go lay down. Go lay down.
nice.
Watch out. Yep, that's Kratos.
Okay.
Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day, evening, night, good morning, whatever time it is out there in the world.
All right.
Thanks for your time. Looking forward to more conversations.